Hi everyone. Again, third time lucky. So I keep coming live and I keep trying to get Angela to join, but for some reason it is not working for us today. I do not know why. Let's give everyone a minute to join again. Okay, Angela, I see you. I waved at you. I'm going to invite.
Yeah. It's really third time lucky.
Third time lucky. I really didn't know what else to try if this one wasn't going to work.
Yeah, but I think it's good that you said, let's get out, reset, and come back on again. And
Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. Because last time I stopped the live and started again, but I didn't close Instagram. So, guys, we learned something today. If this ever happens for you, just close Instagram completely,
and and no,
both parties.
and sometimes it's also with life, Sometimes you need to take like two steps backwards and kind of reset before you're able to move forward. So,
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly. So, how have you been? How's your week been?
great. Good things happening with my team as well. So, yeah, good progress.
Nice. Oh, that's good. That's good. A successful week is what we're all aiming for, isn't it? It keeps, look, it's giving me a message that you're unable to join, even though you've joined. How weird is that? I don't know what's going on with Instagram today. Oh, no, no, don't tell me you're frozen. Angela, I think we lost Angela again. Technical gurus out there, if you have any ideas, help us out. You're
Hi.
back. Okay.
I don't know
All
what
right, let's
happened.
talk about this quickly.
It just ended.
Let's talk about this before we lose each other again.
Yeah.
All right. Exciting book suggested by Angela, and another one that I thought I hadn't read. And when I actually looked for the audio and started listening, oh my goodness, yeah, I had listened to some TED Talks of Simon Sinek talking about
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
stuff. So I'll let you do the intro. What a great book.
Yes, it is. So the title of this book that we want to talk about today, Start with Why. One of my, favorite motivational leaders out there is by, Simon Sinek. And I'm sure he's very well known. I'm sure most of you have heard of him. If you haven't, please, go look him up. And this is definitely the first book that you should read. I mean, he writes many books, but this one really resonates with everyone because in our business, the first thing we tell people whenever they hit a roadblock to always go back to their why. And in this book, he talks about start with why in relation to entrepreneurs or to leaders or just to people running a corporation. Because, in everyone's mission statement, it's always revolves around why, how, and what. But people sometimes, get confused with their original mission. And in this book, it tells you to always go back to your why, which is so relatable to our business as well. Um, so, for example, in this book, he talks about um, Apple, right? And everyone knows Apple. And their mission is, I mean, their why, it's really, design products for people who that are simple to use.
Yeah.
And they have created such an ecosystem. And it's not, and when you look into the advertisement, it's not just always about, talking about the zillion features they have on the iPhone or MacBook. They connect with the people, which is so much more powerful than saying, "Oh, we have the best camera, we have this, 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 this." because if you really, those people who are like tech geeks, if you really look out there, Apple don't always have the best camera, for example, on their
Yeah.
iPhone,
Yeah.
right?
So true.
But why do people still follow Apple? Because they have created more than just a phone. They've created an ecosystem that people trust them in terms of their product, their service. They have all these amazing classes in the Apple Store to involve the community as well. So even though their products are not cheap, it's super expensive. You know, an iPhone costs $1,000 to $2,000. You can get much cheaper phones out there, and you know, with the competition. But why
Yeah.
do people buy Apple? Yeah.
That's such a good question. That was such a good example he used because Apple taps into people's feelings. And how does it make people feel when they have an iPhone versus some other phone that nobody knows about? And yeah, and I really quite found that interesting where he was giving an example about, you know, a lot of advertisements will say all the flashy features, like what you said, like Apple has all these features, right? They say all these features and they're like, oh, we provide this, boom, 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 boom. And then people are like, yeah, nah, you know, easy. Whereas Apple simply changes the order of things around and starts with why.
Exactly.
Why do you need Apple in your life? How is this going to make you feel? And by the way, these are the features, you know, and that simple switch has, you know, and so same, it's like in our business, as you said as well, like when people get confused, when they're people that they have days where they're stressed, days when they come from their day job and they don't want to spend that even 1 hour or 15 minutes on their online business, and the mentor refers them back to their why, because that's the thing that's going to inspire them to do all the things. And the other thing that he brought up as another good example, just like Apple, was the Wright brothers. You know, why did they get to have, you know, the first flight, the first airplanes, where there were all these other people trying to do it? Because of their why, you know, why the reason that they were doing wasn't just to have the income, wasn't just to have the fame from being the first people, you know, to do that. So that was a really good example, I thought, as well.
Yeah,
About
and something that he talks about is because there is that human connection when people know their why, and like in our business we have a supportive community. When you have that human connection to motivate each other, you can imagine your power, your personal power, what you feel you couldn't achieve before. Your perception would just change. And the mind is such a powerful organ that it can, well, it can force you to achieve what you think was impossible. So this is
yeah,
something that really resonates with me in this community as well, because I have, you know, I've been in the corporate world for like 20 years. Obviously, I had lots of colleagues, lots of friends from all over the world. But what makes our community so special is because we all have the same goal, because we all plugged in with this affiliate that really has the best compensation plan in the planet. And when we are able to motivate each other, we are able to lift everyone higher. And how powerful is that? You know?
yeah,
And sometimes I also think about this cartoon, the ant story. If you think about an ant is so tiny, right? The strength of one ant can barely lift anything, but the strength of thousands of ants can move. I don't know if you saw that cartoon, you know? I mean,
no, but that is that concept. Yeah, I always, you know what, it's funny, even your house, you know, sometimes you see ants come and then you see something actually
yeah.
moving,
How did
like
that
a
move
piece of
that tiny
breadcrumb
piece
that's,
of cheese?
how is that moving? And then you look and there's all these ants working together. And that's the same, you know, they have the same mission. They're all moving towards the same direction. That's why we were talking about last week, or the week before or something. Angela and I were talking about how people who join this business connect so well with each other because we're all on that same path, you know. It's like you come into this business and you kind of, your path goes more towards the people who are thinking just like yourself, as opposed to people who are doing all these sort of different things. Everyone's synchronized in the same sort of mindset, and their why is that big thing, that's the big string that's pulling them all.
Yeah. So I mean, he talks about these three circles in order to achieve anything in a corporation: the why, the how, and the what. So of course we have the why. So why is like a future, right? For example, if you want financial freedom, you want location freedom, you want time freedom, right? That's your why. The how he talks about is how do you achieve that? And that's where we come in as well. It's discipline. In order to achieve anything in life, you need to have the discipline to be consistent. And how do you do that? To show up every single day, whether you feel like it or not. And I know there are days where it will be hard. You know, everyone have good days and bad days, right? I have my own bad days as well. But when you're part of a community, we have this incredible mastermind that we can watch, you know, at any time in the convenience of my bed or, you know, or my phone when I'm on the go. And whenever I feel down or whenever any of my mentees feel discouraged, I ask them to go back to the mastermind. And that is such a powerful. So what is this mastermind that we keep talking about? So it's a twice a week sharing about the latest technology, for example, or tools that we teach in our digital business. But there's also personal testimonials on other people's journeys. So we share with people. We have 200 people in our community here. So the business owners share their success stories, but they also share their pains and obstacles they had to overcome to reach the success stories. So it's like any drama, right? Nobody just wants to see the happy ending. They want to see the plots, the twists, and the turns.
All the twists and turns. Yeah, that part of the mastermind is my favorite, even though like the other parts teach us a lot of different things that we can implement into our business.
Yeah.
But that inspirational part of the mastermind that we have every week is so good because they all come, everyone sits, you know, the person that they bring who's reached a particular success level, they bring them and they talk about why they wanted to do this business and what kept them going. And they talk about all these obstacles. Like, gosh, the lives, the people, the way they've changed their lives through this business is unbelievable. There's been people on there who've had almost every kind of obstacle thrown at them when they were trying to get their business off the ground.
Yeah.
And the thing that kept them going, despite all those setbacks, was their why. And when they come, they are in tears. They come and say their story and they're in tears of that journey. But gosh, that makes it so inspiring. Like when you look at that and you're like, oh my goodness, like if she went through or he went through all of that and became this successful, anybody can do it. But that was their why, and they had to keep bringing that in front of their eyes, otherwise they wouldn't continue.
Yeah. And mind you, this is not some paid reality show because people don't pay to come here, but because we're part of this community, we love sharing and, you know, inspiring others to succeed as well. So they come up, you know, to share, and it's all real stories. So it's for me, this is the most incredible platform because if you want to go out to learn how to start an online business, or if you want to learn how to do digital marketing, you will not get this additional value that we're getting here in our weekly masterminds. These real people stories. Yeah.
And these are all people that through our chat platform, we connect with them. You know, 200,000 people can all chat together, get each other's help, share ideas. And that's something that really helps you get through when you're in the middle of your busy life. And then you partner up with people, you know, like Angela and I, you know, we're accountable to each other for the Fridays. You know, we do this live together. We're accountable to each other and it gets us going with our business. And same with any aspect of our business. So that why is so important, and being part of a community that has a strong why, just like yourself, is a key part of being able to be successful in any business.
Yeah. And obviously the last part that he talks about is the what, right? So you need all these three elements in order to succeed. So what I can share with people that I want to relate to our business is that we have all the tools to help you succeed. We have one of the best training platforms. And believe me, I did an MBA and I didn't even learn as much in digital marketing in my MBA class.
Yeah.
I'm totally blown away by the classes and lessons that we have, to learn how to do digital marketing and launch your own successful business the right.
Yeah, yeah. And it's that's why this business is a one-stop shop, right? Because it's got all of that, it's got what it'll show you, the blueprints of how to get to that success level, and the training is got videos, it's all videos that you can simply watch, and rarely has anyone had trouble with them, would they, and that's what the mentor's for. Like, if you have any questions about the training, you'll ask your mentor, but everything is provided to you, so it's all simplified. So all you need to do if you're joining this business is to have your why. That's all you need to bring in.
Have your why, have a curious mind,
Yeah.
and come join. Check it out.
Coachable.
Check out our webinar to begin with, and that's your very, very first step. So you have to first take action. Otherwise, nothing else in your life is ever going to change. No. So you don't, wake up every day thinking that, oh, I wish to be like that person. I wish to be like that person. But nothing's going to change if you don't take action. Wishing will remain a wish if you don't take action.
Exactly. If you want to change, you need to do something. You have to take some risks. You can't just sit and watch and be a spectator. But the good thing that is that this digital business, this online business that we do, is a one-stop shop, because as you can see, Angela and I, and for people who've been on our pages, you watched our journey as well. We're growing as individuals, we're growing in our business, and we're growing as individuals. We've got different books that's recommended to us. We read them. We go about finding our own books and, partnering up with like-minded people. And you just change. Like, we've got people that come into this business thinking one way, and you talk to them 4 months later, they are a totally different person with a whole new perspective. So it's something that is definitely worth checking out if you are someone who likes to have total control of your life. You like to know where what your direction is. You want a business that you can see the whole future of it, like you can see where it's going. It's not murky waters that you're just swimming in trying to find your way. Someone gives you the whole blueprint. They're like, this is exactly what you do, exactly as we did, and you reach the exact same success, provided you do all of those things. So if you're someone who likes to have everything planned out, you like to be in control, and you like to reach certain goals, definitely check out the business.
Yeah,
and that book.
You definitely nailed it. And for those of you who are wondering why, Sanas and I come up here every week to talk about books is we just both love learning. And when you feed your mind with positive things, you're going to be growing. And what I love about this business is everything in our business that they ask us to do just not only grows my mind, at the end of it, I always tell people, eyes on the prize. We have huge bonuses out there with our affiliate. I mean, obviously, we are all doing it for that.
Yeah.
But
no one's here just for the love of it.
Yeah.
But the money on its own isn't going to get you there, because you'll then just not do it. But what do you want to do with that money? Have it all, like your vision board, have it all in front of your eyes. Like, if you had this money, if you get these big commissions that this business provides, what are you going to do? Why do you want them? What are you going to do with it? but it's all there for you, and it's all there right through to your retirement. Everything is planned out in this business to take you right through retirement and beyond, so that you've got the good quality of life. But you've just got to know what you want out of your life and why you want it, and then follow the journey. There are so many people that have joined this business who in a very short amount of time have reached a lot of different milestones, have reached successes that in their corporate world they probably wouldn't have reached even in 10, 15, 20 years. So it's a whole different kettle of fish, but yeah.
It's something, if you have been stuck in your corporate job, you probably never went out to discover this. But I'm definitely, encouraging anyone to just check it out. It's a new way. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you have any questions, let us know, or you can ask in the chat now, or contact Angela and I and let us know, and we can talk about it in the coming weeks. But yeah, Angela and I are both forever learners, and we love reading different books, and we love and Simon Sinek has got podcasts, TED Talks, like he is everywhere. As Angela said, probably most of you know him as well.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, gosh, check it out. Like he speaks so well, doesn't he? Like just the way it just resonates. Like you're just like, aha. And the other thing about reading, guys, like if you're not a big reader, like go for audiobooks or TED Talks or podcasts. But every time I listen to one of these audiobooks or read, the number of ideas I actually get to implement in my business is incredible. Like whether it's just little statements that I'm going to use, or a different perspective of looking at something, that how I'm going to run my business and kind of tweak things a little bit to get more success out of it. It's so useful. It's so beneficial. So take the recommendations, guys. Even if you've got your own on-flight business, these books that Angela and I talk about and summarize here will help you with that as well.
Yeah. And remember, a few months ago we came on to talk about atomic habits. Even if you're not a big reader, you haven't gotten the habit of reading, like Sana said, there are tons of material out there. You can go on YouTube, get a book summary, and just imagine if you just spend 5 minutes every day, and how you're gonna what your mind is going to grow by the end of 1 year. So 5 minutes, just give yourself 5 minutes every day. In 365 days time, you'll be a totally different person. So
that's so true.
Yeah.
That's a really good way to break it down. Yeah. And everyone can find 5 minutes in their day, right? Like,
yeah.
who doesn't have 5 minutes? 5 minutes to put something in your ear, and while you're making breakfast first up in the morning, listen to something positive instead of turning on the news. Oh, what a big difference that makes.
Yeah.
Like the way you set your day, it's gonna plan out your whole day. Like if you wake up, and as soon as you wake up, you're turning on that news, you're seeing all that negative stuff, versus if you wake up, while you're making your coffee, you're listening to something, you're meditating, you're listening to an audio book, you kind of feel like you're ahead of the world for the rest of the day. So yeah, atomic habits, definitely something that anyone can implement into their lives. Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's our review and recommendation of this book this week. So any questions? Next week we're going to do a bit more of a business talk. So if you have any questions about our online business, for people who are joining us just now who actually don't know Angela and I what we do, we both come from corporate worlds, but we've got our side business, an online business, a digital business that we have started, and it is fantastic. It's something we can do in our spare time with 15 minutes here and there, half an hour a day. We're building our own empire with this online business on the side of everything else that we do. It's something anybody can do, no experience required, no knowledge or background required. You just need to be over 18, and you can be any age and you can be any background, and you can do it. So we've got like professionals doing it. We've got, housewives doing it. We've got young students doing it. It's something that you can do from your laptop, from home, earn from social media, following a really simple system that will be taught to you. So in a nutshell, what Angela and I do, if you've just joined. So if you are interested to know what we do and how we earn online, and get the full success blueprint, just email or contact either one of us through any of our social media platforms. We're everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, name it. We're there. So you'll find either one of us easily, and you can ask your question. You can request to watch a webinar about our business, a short 90-minute webinar that will explain to you what this business is all about, and then ask us any questions you've got. So it's something anybody can do. So if that's the sort of thing you're interested in, or if you need that extra income in your life, or if you want to have flexibility of time and not have to worry about money, do the things you want to do in your life, this is what we're here for, to help you get started with your own business from home. Did I miss anything,
No,
Angela? Anything to add there?
Explained really well. So it's literally everything you need to start a business, including your own website. We do all that for you, and the automated.
Yes. And that's one hurdle. Like if you're going to start your own online business, gosh, you're like got so many things to organize, like website, what am I going to do? If you're doing something like Amazon, there needs to be product. What's the product going to? In this business, everything is done for you. You don't need to know how to do any of that stuff.
Exactly.
Everything is done. All you need to do is plug yourself in and actually follow the steps with the guidance of your mentor and coach, and do exactly what they say, exactly what the training says, and reach the exact same success level, provided you do all of those things. So it's a global community. It's where whatever country you're in, you can do it. All you need is a laptop, a mobile phone, and a Wi-Fi. That's all you need, and you can do this business.
Yeah, you can do it from your home, from your bed, in your car, from your boat.
While holidaying at different hotels, by the pool, on the plane.
As long as you have Wi-Fi, these days you even have Wi-Fi on the plane. So
yeah, you can do it literally everywhere. And if you're one of those people, I know there's I used to always wonder about this myself as well. I was always like, oh, these people that I always see them here and there and everywhere, when do they work? For me, that was a big question. How do they make money? When do they work? That is when they're working, while they're here, there, and everywhere, while they're dining out at restaurants and having holidays, spending time with family online, and they're earning. So if you want to know how to do that, let us know. If you have any questions, again, let us know. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Angela, for this fantastic book. Really enjoyed it. It was really, really good. And I hope everyone else who watched us enjoyed it as well. Anything to add on,
No,
Angela?
no, that's it. So I just want to wish everyone a fabulous weekend, and wishing you a fabulous weekend as well, Sanas.
Thank you. Same to you. And thanks, everyone. And thanks, Angela. And we'll see you right here next week.
Yes.
Stay safe.
All right.
Bye.